Hello, Internet. Hello, Henry. Hello. We are in the middle of a take.
Where's Henry's face? I thought it was his phone.
It's not a video. Like, he's not going to show up.
It's
a YouTube video.
He's going to watch this later.
Sorry, I thought we were screen recording a video call. Never mind.
No. All right. My name's Sam Rubenstein, and we're going to just go down the line introducing ourselves because there's a lot of us.
My name's Sam Jacobs.
I'm Amanda Guzzi.
I'm Brody Montag.
I'm Claire Rebecca Ackerman.
I'm Kate
It's like
Jacobs.
our full names, and I'm just like
I'm Mandy Vincentis.
And I'm trying to avoid being on camera.
I know.
Come on, quickly.
Julia.
There's Julia. She's right off screen, but she's here and she is ready to cry. No, Claire, you didn't have to do your middle name, but like, I'm not mad.
I'm Sam Rubenstein, Sam Jacobs, little Brody Montag, and I'm like, cause Claire Rebecca
First
Ackerman.
and last.
I don't know, I'm stupid.
I'm Samuel Lawrence Rubenstein.
That's my dad's name.
We gotta finish
Your
it.
dad's name is Samuel Lawrence
No,
Rubenstein?
her dad's name's Lawrence, and I thought it was Larry, but I just learned it's actually Lawrence.
Larry is short for Lawrence.
I didn't know that. When
They're
I
like, they're just like your
Alright,
middle name.
so, first off, I need to kind of give the background. This makes me so uncomfortable. Henry, if I'm gonna do this quick thing. If you're subscribed and or know what After Campfire is, please raise your hand.
I know what it is.
This is why they're in this video. These are the people who watch
I'm your
us.
most loyal fan.
I may be subscribed.
I'm not subscribed to this account.
I think there's like 4
That's fair.
subscribers.
The one that makes no videos.
I think I'm
Anymore,
subscribed on
yeah.
my
What's
not
the old
school
one?
account.
No,
That's
I'm
fair.
subscribed
Because I
on
felt
my
like that
school
was
account.
That makes it so much weirder for me.
I was worried that someone would like look and be like, who's this?
Oh, I want you to know, like, as someone who works in a school district, we can see whatever you do on your
Yeah.
I
school
know,
laptop.
that's why I did it.
Yeah, that's.
We had to explain to the boys of my school district that this year.
Boarding school is
Oh,
worse.
no.
I'm
Oh,
telling you.
no. I'm sure.
They know everything you do. Everything.
Oh, no.
So with that in mind, last week, well, 2 weeks ago at this point, I was going to make a camp video and then didn't because every time I'm up here it's chaotic. And I asked Henry, what does camp mean to you, and what do you want camp to mean to the people in the future? Who wants to take that question first so that I don't start crying? Who wants to cry first? Is what it is. Okay, go for it.
Okay, so I'm gonna cry at everything. I'm gonna try not to cry. So camp is like family to me. I grew up here, and like my closest friends are literally all in this room. They're like who I come to for everything.
I get it. I love you.
I know,
You totally have friends.
Like kind of. And then, well, my closest friends are in this room, and I've grown up with them, and it just means the world to feel like I have another home for them.
Anyone else want to add to that one? Yeah.
I'll start crying, but.
So I think that you're right. It's literally just, it's about friends. It's about the experiences. The activities give you structure to kind of form that. But camp is about meeting people and making connections and getting them I don't know. It's just all very nostalgic for me. So.
I think Sam can probably attest to this most. Camp shapes who you are.
Yeah.
We've been here, we're old now, we've been here forever, and I'm sure you guys are up there in the years that you've been here as well, and if you guys continue to come back as CATs and as counselors, Camp 1000% shapes who you are. I still talk to my campers, the girls that I was campers with 12, 13 years ago, and it's gave me skills to be the person that I am today.
I love that you give this really heartfelt thing, and we're all trying to explain to Mark that Mark Smith is go stand next to Claire Rebecca Ackerman.
Do we go around and stare
It doesn't matter that.
You know, I didn't know how to spell my middle name until I
Say hi.
which is when I got diagnosed
Okay.
with arthritis.
Oh,
Introduce
I'm
yourself.
here. Who are you talking with?
It's Henry Greenhut. It's a
Hi,
video for
Henry.
Henry.
Mark
And you
Dusty
too.
Smith. Yes, you remember me.
So
I heard Larry, and so I had to say yeah.
So I think one of the things, personally, with both is not only is it that hub that I think we all have, but one of is the actual communities, and communities exist in these weird subsets at camp. You have the kids that are the tennis kids that that's where they live essentially. or Brody, the good old days of Gaga when there were
golden ages.
there were like 30 of us just doing nonsense, and I think that like means more than just the activity. It's what happens at those activities, like how you develop that like community there.
Dude, camp is also an escape from like real life.
I can't.
Like I was always
Claire has this one.
okay,
Trust
okay.
me.
Hold on.
I'll add it to
Like I was always a soccer kid at home, and when I came to camp, I didn't want to be known as the soccer girl, so I was a gym rat as a camper. I had no identity at camp outside of I'm a gym rat. Like,
Yeah.
Along with the escape from home. So, my parents who do not love each other.
This is going on YouTube,
Going
by
on
the
you.
way.
Okay. Hello, Father. We love you.
Hi, Mr.
Larry.
Larry.
You Larry.
Love you, Larry.
I don't know you, but I love you.
So my parents who don't necessarily love each other, so they fight a lot. But and I know like I could talk to anybody about camp, like at camp about it. But like basically like at home, everybody's like, oh, like blah blah blah, like how's like your home? Like my teacher once a week she'd walk up to me and she'd be like, how's your family issues? And I'd be like, you're my chemistry teacher. Shut up.
Hold. Hi, chemistry teacher.
Hi, Miss Shake.
Oh yeah, because she's subscribed to her school account.
She's subscribed on the school account. The teacher can definitely see this.
She binge watches these.
Anyways, so like at home, like everybody's like, oh, like call your lawyer, and I'm like, screw you, Mr. Manji. But here, since I don't have my phone like a good
Right, Mr.
camper,
Manji.
I don't need to talk to Mr. Manji. And see, sorry,
No, but like I think that's like
I don't think I'm making sense.
no, you make. Have you've seen these videos? None of this makes
Oh,
sense.
literally none of it.
But yeah, no, I can like absolutely agree with the idea of like having that. Cause I remember having a terrible year one year, like a horrible school year,
This year for me.
and then getting to like at the end of the year, it was end of school. The next day, camp, and like that was the best feeling. Knowing like, it just the sudden change.
I literally quit jobs to come back to camp. To be like, I'm done. Let's go back to camp.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say, like the activities. I don't know. I guess probably for you, like with Gaga, Kate, Claire, Mandy, and I, every single day go to softball, and we all used to play at some point.
Except for we're ditching
And
her.
tie-dye.
It's okay.
Okay, and tie-dye.
Except for today.
But the thing is, that it's honestly at softball we play the same game every day, or we do something like that. But the things that happen there are just the most memories. And I also I would say this year was probably a really hard year for me. And I called them every night. Yeah. My roommate told me she didn't want to be my roommate, and I kind of cried for like a day straight.
Love you, Isabel.
Wait, this has become like a diss track video.
No, I love her. She's still my
Mr.
roommate.
Manji, the
Mr.
roommate.
Manji, she doesn't
Shout
have
out
the
Zoe
phone because
for
it knows
not
if he picks
dropping
up,
me
he's
as
gonna
her
be
roommate.
fired.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Remember
yeah.
Boston Domino's? If you're watching this, yeah, I quit.
Wow. This is the video that goes viral.
Viral. I
TJ
love
Sack, you want to add anything here?
What am I
What do you want to add?
Life story.
No, it wasn't a diss. I love her.
No,
I
I'm
love
joking.
her.
I'm
We're
joking.
friends.
I'm joking.
But she texted me over quarantine, so it was just a not good way to do it.
And then she called me and she's like, Isabel broke up with
No, I
me.
didn't say that. That was no. I mean,
But like, it's okay. We get it. So, hi, I'm still in frame. So I think the other part of that question is like, think like future for what you had as a camper. What do you want camp to become? Because we know what camp is like now. What do we want it to be like, next year? And I don't need you to diss anyone or call out who you don't want to be next year, ruining your childhood dreams, TJ.
I
But
could say like 7 names then.
I know. But so like, I don't know. I've always said like I want camp to be that safe place for someone. Like, and we have like juniors who are here that like so I've had juniors who like their parents would like this was their place from their parents that would just beat them. And like my mindset of that, like is okay. I want it to continue to be a place where you are free from all of that. And so I think that's kind of my goal. Is I want kids to feel like they are safe and loved here. And I don't know if we're there right now, but I want us to be there.
I just hope that like the traditions stay. So like, for example, like campfires and color war and all that, those things that like we all remember and we all.
By the way, Henry, color war ended yesterday. Green team won.
Matt
I got second. I got
Matt
second.
Cisneros is now the most decorated campus in campus.
Oh my God, we literally have first, second, third, and fourth here.
Yeah, I
I'm the
sang
best
on a
performer
microphone
that
in front of the whole
lost.
camp, and I've never been more terrified in my whole life.
But I
what was
beat
I
you,
saying?
so
Oh
it's
yeah,
okay.
I wanted to say, in response to that, yeah, I feel like there's a soul that camp has. I mean, that's what we're missing right now. That soul, that feeling
I
that
said
brings
that.
us all
Yeah. I
together
think
at camp.
part of that is we're such a diverse camp a
Yes.
lot of the time, and I feel like right now we're missing some of that with like not having our international staff
Oh,
and
yes.
campers, like
Your meal hop
Not-
comes in the second half.
and not having the vans, not having the buses, not having the airport
Intercamp.
rides,
Yeah.
not having
Sundays.
intercamp games.
I just hope in the
Yeah.
future we can make it that same place and give people that feeling of togetherness, separate from family. Not something that is in blood, but that like you develop over a long time of being together and teaching people you can coexist and like form these relationships without any reason to begin with.
Yeah.
I love camp like just because like it's the same as kind of how I love boarding school because I meet so many people and I get so close with them and it just like
Yeah.
opens your eyes.
And it's literally for no reason. Like I met the three of them because I
You
think
wanna
Sam
talk?
gave me a lollipop.
Cause she wanted
That's
to talk.
why we're best friends. We've been best friends for 7 years.
See, that's
of
so
one lollipop.
I want to
I'm
mention we were
dead
pen
serious.
pals.
that's better than how Henry and I became friends. So that's fine.
Well,
Henry,
it was also because she would not talk, and then she had sugar. And if you know Claire, you know that she literally gets so sugar high to the point where she forgets what happened.
She had to
after
pee,
she's had
so she was
sugar.
like running around
Yeah.
screaming that she had to pee.
She was like 8 or 9.
And that's like the first time she talked.
hold on.
This was like 2
Rephrase
days
that. This was like 2 days ago.
No, it actually was 7 years ago.
Like it's every day, but
Oh, I have a
Um.
question.
Yes.
Does Henry live in New York?
No, Henry lives in Seattle.
Guys, this is on the internet.
It's okay.
No,
So
some
Say no
guy.
lives.
So we were at Target camp shopping. My dad's like, isn't that like that guy from camp? And I'm like, Henry. And he's just like, yeah. And I'm like, this is really weird. Sorry, Henry. I would pause the video right now. Is this offensive?
no, this is hilarious.
Alright. So I'm like, we should follow him and see if he's missing a pinky.
It's okay. Every time we used to do like when I was working here full time, I would do these videos and I would like make them do goodbyes and on all the goodbye waves, I'd make every kid do this and like do the one finger missing.
But it's only behind like that, so you can't see it from the front.
Show that, because that's impressive and I can't do that.
Wait, hold on. I can't
I-
wait. I'm sweaty right now.
I
Crack my knuckle.
Did you hear every knuckle? Ow, that really hurts.
No, you just go.
Come in. Do you want to be on camera with Henry Greenhut?
Oh,
We're sending 4 Henry Greenhuts.
Sure.
Get on around.
Introduce yourself.
Don't ask questions.
Okay.
Just let Jasper know that you went in after Campfire just now, and and they will be so confused, and it'll be hilarious.
Okay.
Like you can literally let them know and be like, why? That's Erwin.
Hi.
I don't know if you met her. Jasper dragged her to camp. Are you having fun? Are you lying?
Again. No, I wasn't, and now I am.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So the question.
Every single day
Wait,
it's
hold on.
just-
As someone who's at camp for the first time, what's been your experience thus far?
Oh,
Heavy question.
There's a lot.
I don't know.
But we're all like, we've all been here for
Ever.
Wait.
Ever.
She's
Yeah.
sitting right there. It's her first summer.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Oh.
I will know the your opinions then.
But she doesn't want to be in the camera. But you
We can still
talk.
hear her.
Yes. Tell.
Omniscient voice.
Actually, hold on. I want you to know that slightly off. I'm moving the camera slightly, just so you know. Slightly off camera. You've met her. You've met her. Like, there's been discussions. We embarrassed TJ in front of her, which is the highlight. But she's currently trying to eat Rice Krispie
Rice
treats.
Krispie treats, yeah.
And not talk, and the goal is to keep food in her mouth so she never has to answer any of the questions. But like we're just gonna keep it, just so you know. So are you okay?
Huh?
Like first time camp, are you okay? Yeah.
You know what? Almost halfway in, I'll take that. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's true. It is true.
Halfway through camp, I ran out of underwear. My counselor yelled at me.
What?
I'm dead serious.
Mini
Because
camp.
I changed them in the morning and at night, and I only brought a certain amount of pairs. And I ran out, and I told my counselor, because who else am I gonna tell? I was like, what do I do? Like, I ran out of underwear. There's no laundry day in mini camp, and she yelled at me, and I was traumatized.
Question.
And I still didn't get
This
any
is
underwear.
weird. Have the four of you ever been second half?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It was awful.
I know.
I was the second
Because
I was second
they
half.
left.
Ew.
And it was the year of
Calm
Epitario.
down first
So
half.
I was in the infirmary for most of it.
Oh my God.
And then my whole cabin was fighting, so I basically had to sit there and listen to kids cry to me all the time. So I didn't really talk to anyone.
Okay. So anyway,
We gotta get back on topic.
back on topic. Henry asked the question, is the CIT program worth it?
Yes.
And we are here with one former CIT,
Someone who
two
could be a
former
CIT.
CITs,
three
three
former
former CITs,
Four
four,
people who could be CITs but chose to come back.
four fourth years,
Yeah,
and TJ Stack. And TJ Stack.
No.
TJ, you were my CIT. I gotta say, you were not doing the best job. You were in your cabin at 12:30 at night and then woke up at like
Hold on.
6:30 and left.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. So can I like acknowledge the difference? Because we talked about this. Harry talked about this in his video. About like there used to be 8 CITs. That was the limit.
It was like, it's very exclusive.
You had to apply and get in, and like
Would I get in?
Well, now we probably only have 8.
I mean, that's what's your competition? That's what.
it was like I remember doing an interview with Melissa Anderson on the phone, judging whether or not it'd be a good CIT.
Wow.
And I had to like prove it. Like we had to do the Big Brother Big Sister program.
I want
I wanna
to
do
do
that.
It was
that.
so.
No.
I remember I
always
had a
wanted to
big
do it and
sister.
it went away.
I know.
You just gotta do it on your own. Just find a little kid and raise him.
Well, yes.
Hold on. Time out.
I had.
We at After Campfire do not condone abducting children
No.
and raping them at their
Friends,
phone.
friends.
Find a little kid at camp and just talk to them and like,
Be their friend.
yeah, be their friend.
I love the
Can we go
Zach
visit
Price,
our
that's
old
me.
cabin and do that?
I mean, I don't care. I don't work here.
You don't work here?
I don't work here.
I found a gnome. It's the first day of Gnome Fest.
Nice,
I've
happy
never
Gnome
found
Fest.
a gnome
She
in
found
9
it on
years.
Kimberly's
I'm very proud of myself.
I don't know if
Oh,
that's
is that where you guys were looking after lunch?
So,
I heard that conversation.
So what, CIT?
So like, for me it was always like this really tough thing, and I think the program changed so drastically over the past
I
like.
think even between like your generation and my generation of CITs, like,
Last year and this year.
or this year
2 years
we
ago.
can acknowledge.
This year
as CITs.
We don't talk about the CITs this year, except TJ Stack. You're doing a great job, bud. I'm proud
How
of
many
you.
are left?
You're doing a good job outside the camp. Outside the camp. Circus, kitchen, and
Hold on. Before we get into this, so that you are aware, if you want the comparison, Henry Greenhut did not know his campers' names his first year as a CIT.
I definitely didn't either.
I
Because
did in my first year.
what he would do is he would spend all day in circus, never go to his cabin, finish his thing like his like lunch, and then go back to circus. So he never saw his kid. So whatever you're doing, Henry would be proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of my counselors don't know my name.
That's
Mostly because they think I'm cute.
that's
One is Tammy. Our nails go in between us at the table. This is one of yours.
but like it's so it is more often than not obvious which is which.
Yeah.
Which
Like,
what?
When I was
Which
younger,
one are you?
we
Which
went
one
back
are
to
you?
Yeah. No, our counselor that left was here for 3
This is
weeks,
funny.
and
So I'll wait.
she every time would just say, "Here, this is one of yours," and hand it to me. She had no clue. She didn't even try. Not one time. Yes.
That's so sad.
It was sad.
So wait, so now
I've had multiple sets of twins in my cabins before.
I've always known my twins. My favorite
Yeah.
ones were Anton and Borja. They were from Mexico.
Oh my god, I know it.
Do you remember them?
I
Okay.
remember Anton.
So hold on.
I'm offended.
Wow.
You're not my camper. You did not live in my cabin.
I'm still said
overall,
They didn't come back.
I know.
So if we're comparing all the twins, then now you're gonna pick, aren't you?
See, yes, but also like Emma and Jacob Booth exist.
oh yeah, also them.
Like it's a tough. Do not make me pick favorite twins because it'll be very hard, and there's like a very like high bar for good twins.
What about identical though?
Oh, identical twins? You two win. Absolutely.
What about the Modi?
I was gonna say that.
The Modis are real high on my list.
Modis.
But
I had a glove.
I had Anton and Borja, and they were these two twins from Mexico, and they were amazing. And if you're watching this, for some reason, hi. They used to make fun of the other kids in Spanish, and then be surprised that I spoke Spanish fluently, and we're just like, oh, sorry.
A girl on Cap used to do that. It was really funny.
Back to the CIT question.
Yes. You never answered. What was your experience like?
I loved it, like, but it was also so different. We were staff.
Yeah.
We were not, oh, you're the CIT. We were the staff. I was my cabin's GCC every day.
Gotcha.
I was the person essentially almost in charge of my cabin at points. It was me and my Ryan. Ryan Thiessen, if you're watching this, hi. I miss you. I hope you're doing well in Texas. And like, there was a third one, I don't remember his name, he was never there, he was awful. But, like, it was just one of those things where there was a mutual respect, and there was an understanding on camp, like, they're CITs, but because there were so few of them, no one knew who was who. And like, it was great, and you were treated as staff. The curfew's 12:30, our curfew at CITs used to be 12.
Yeah.
So it was not 11, it was 12. And then, even then, you'd have Henry and I sitting on the porch of cabin 3 till like 1 in the morning, just living, and that was great.
Are you paying attention to it?
Do you want to say hi to Henry Greenhut?
I saw him like 2 days ago.
Ian does not want to say hi to you. Wait, we're over 20 minutes.
Wow.
This could be the longest after Campfire.
I know I've
ever.
seen one over these four.
We haven't even gone to the
Alright, let's
question.
we got to really.
Yeah,
get
answer
some-
what your experience
Yeah,
was.
so that is it. It was this like really like very close, because not only that, all the CITs had to be friends. Like you didn't get a choice. There were 8 of you. There were 8. Like it's very similar to like
Except for there were 7, one left us
Okay.
2-week mark,
Two
and there were
DNR.
6, and 2 of them got DNR.
Rip Elma or Simone. Simone and Elma, if you're watching this, we miss
Rip
you.
Chloe.
And we love you.
Except for you probably shouldn't have brought tattoos
love
on
Ellen.
kids or run away.
fair. So that was my experience.
Yeah. So, as the second oldest in this room, I also think that I had a really different CIT experience than even you, Brody,
Probably.
because I feel like we were like that little intermediary area. We still were really treated like staff members also.
Yeah.
We still definitely had like, oh, we are the CIT. Like, I don't want to say talked down on, but talked down on like that. I think I was really fortunate in the sense that my first cabin as a CIT, I only had 5 girls, 4 of which were staff kids, who did not act like staff kids, mind you. One of them being Riley.
The best.
And my co-counselor was first timer at camp, and the other one was Casey Marshall. Hi, Casey. So also a camp legend who knows how this goes. And I think it really helped that if Casey wasn't there, like Emily really treated me like her co. And she was just kind of learning the ropes herself, so she would rely on me to kind of show her those ropes. So I was respected as a counselor in that sense, which I think really helped. But being a CIT, this one's really for you guys. Like, it is what you make of it. If you go in with a really bad attitude, you're not gonna have a good time.
Same
And I
as
think
camp,
that's
same
the
as camp.
issue
Like
with
color
this year's
Line
CIT.
serving,
Yeah.
for example.
Line
Line serving, we used to have a ton of
My
fun.
favorite line serving picture is there's a photo of me and Henry line serving, and Henry inflated the glove so it looked like a normal like hand. But the best part is he's doing that, and I'm literally in the background like rising behind him like about to choke him out. It's the most creepy photo to me. But like that was so much fun. And we would always do the banquet. The CTs always line serve the banquet. So you have the counts coming, and I'm literally throwing baked potato. Potato, hot potato. You need potato? Potato.
Yeah, you gotta just repeat the word.
Yeah, and it was just so stupid. But it was so much fun. Yeah.
Campus would you make it like
Lots of
honestly,
dance.
if you come in with a bad attitude, you're not gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christian plays good music too.
Fire.
He does.
Straight fire
I
in the
miss
booth.
being in the dining hall.
I'm really good at
because we
that.
don't
He likes to
hear
hear
the
himself
music.
talk.
Banger after banger after banger.
Yeah, but except for when he's singing, because that kind of.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
But
Brody?
it's cute.
Okay. So, hey David.
Hi. Come on. In that office over there, you, and your
Is there a payphone or something?
no.
So I was after you. It was my transition. So I'll wait.
Go. You good?
Like it transitioned between you and me. I don't know at what point, but
There's
we
also
were treated like
7
campers.
years between us.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know when in the 7 years it happened, but
I know
we were
exactly
treated
when.
like campers. I felt like I followed Dan Castler around all day and just kind of learned EP stuff. That was really like my job. I didn't really interact with the kids a ton. I learned how to talk to adults and how to manipulate some, which was a really important experience.
I'm
for
not
me.
that easy to manipulate.
No, not him.
It's not me.
You taught him not to, probably.
No.
No. Brody is smarter than he leads on.
Oh yeah.
I think he's dumb. You seem smart to me.
I'm glad.
Please note, Brody is not dumb. Put it in the writing.
I'm glad.
It's on video now.
Yeah.
It is on video. I got evidence. Lawyers.
On YouTube.
Mr.
Mr. Manager.
Mandy, if you're watching,
No, Mr. Mandy's the lawyer.
Yeah, that's what
that's
I'm saying.
what he said.
I thought he's about to be fired.
No.
Yeah.
Miss Shake's the chemistry teacher who asked me,
No, we're not. We needed a lawyer, so that this was know.
Mr. Mandy.
I thought you
As I was saying,
Claire, did we lose you somewhere in this?
Yeah, she has short
I stopped paying attention.
I was with all my
ADHD
friends that we
thing.
went up from third year, senior year into being CITs. So because of that, we still kind of had that clique mentality and separated ourselves from the counselors and even from the campers. And we obviously we did our jobs, but we still had our fun afterwards. Like
Yeah.
as CITs / fourth years.
Yeah.
4 years.
Please know that it's not a free for all. Well, maybe it is now.
I was like,
Meh.
TJ Zach,
Well.
the current CIT.
Current CIT. Yeah.
Last year was really, really fun.
That's where it ends. Last year was really fun.
Good.
End discussion. I feel like Henry knows exactly what you're talking about, and we could have stopped there, and yeah.
And he'll be able to pick it up.
He'll be able to pick up what you're putting down. He'll smell what you're stepping in.
Henry, come back.
Henry, please come back.
Henry, please come back.
Henry, we miss you.
And your
Even
finger.
even Gary
And
misses
your
you.
finger. She said and your finger.
So does he. He also misses his finger.
So does Tina.
Trade
That's what I
deal.
was thinking.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love that.
Okay. So for the fourth year seniors that made the decision to not be CITs.
Wait,
What
I
up?
have a question. Were you guys here last year?
No.
And that's why you're okay.
Okay,
I can answer that.
go for it.
Okay, I decided to come back because the third year is just the most fun. It's special. It's just different.
Just let it be. Let it be.
Okay.
I want to
It's
eat it.
trying.
I want to eat it.
Why?
Okay, anyways, it's just a different experience being a third year because, I mean, you are looked up to. It's your last year of camp, so it's really special. And the last year I had was a second year, and so I thought I was coming back another year. And I mean, my mom's not so keen on the idea of the CIT because, I don't know, she just doesn't want to pay for us to work. Mom, we want to come back. Yes.
How about?
Mr. Mandy.
Let's
Fight for that in court.
Okay, anyway. Next time this is being fired. Okay, anyways. And I mean, it would just be really sad for my last year to be a year that I didn't know was my last. Or for my last time being a camper to not be, to come back as a CIT and not have that
You need
experience.
closure. You need closure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I needed that closure. And
Yeah.
I just did
also-
not want to work.
I didn't get out
Okay.
of like home, Maryland.
I want
And
to
I
be a
love these
camper and
people
have
so
fun and
much.
Be a kid.
Oh,
I mostly did not.
Never get
Wait,
away.
where do you live?
New Jersey.
We were
He's going to Maryland.
Oh, we were
Yeah.
That's where both my parents were. And
school goes there.
It's the best
My
college.
dad went there.
So just so they know, Brody is the worst.
Out of my brothers, yes.
Hands
That's
down.
true. Ryder
Hands down.
exists.
Ryder exists.
Ryder's-
Of course. I raised him though. I get brownie points for that. So.
So with that,
His brother.
Any other-
Mom next together.
any other thoughts, questions, comments, fears of the future?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Camp
fair.
related.
Oh.
Oh.
I have a fear that
Sorry.
related.
Divorce.
Is that I won't be able to come back. Or
Oh,
like,
sure.
I know
My
that
other
the
dog's
friendship
gonna
will
die.
stay.
I think. Well, hold on, because that's actually so.
Don't even say that.
Actually,
One conversation.
that kind of will lead into the question I have for Henry, because I think that's a really good how do we keep this conversation in this? Henry, what would have happened if you didn't come back as a CIT?
Oh.
I think that's a good question. What would it have been like if I never came back as CIT, or if he never came back as CIT? Because
We would not be these people.
and it does play a role. And
Start drawing again.
I'm sorry.
Stop.
So, where would you be? That's the question for you, Henry. Where would you be if you didn't come back to CIT? Now go into that because I want to know what you're thinking.
I'm just worried that if I don't come back, then I'm not gonna keep the friendships that I have because I've called them every day, but I mean, I don't know. Claire doesn't always pick up because sometimes Claire's phone is non-existent.
You can't get rid of these 2 phones.
I call Mr. Larry
This
a
is
lot.
proof, Mr. Manji.
Yeah, I call Mr. Larry a lot, telling
They're
him
gonna play
that I
this
really
board.
care if I'm having a hard day.
Oh
They are gonna
We have a question for you, Jerry.
Jerry, no.
Jury.
There's not that kind of court.
No,
There's not that kind
his
of
name is Lawrence.
Larry's the judge.
Lawrence. Wait, no, it's not her dad.
I know. I just had to make that joke.
It was it's a different judge.
I call Mr. Larry all the time if I can't get in contact with Claire because I think
Mr. Larry.
I was blocked off of Claire's other phone because her name went
Firewall.
away. But I call them every night, and if one day
Shut off my nose.
I can't
And
get in touch with them,
And internet.
this is the only place I know that every day I'll wake up and they'll still be here. And
I'm
that's
okay.
true, because if I wake up one day and they're not still there and I can't
okay.
see them,
And college
it'll
tuition.
be.
They're so ridiculous.
College tuition went into
Human being.
in camp.
Expressing themselves.
Themselves.
Three friends expressing her love towards completely just making fun of her
Why
background.
she loves us, so it's fine.
Honestly, it mutually just means so much. And if one day I call them and they can't pick up, here I know that they'll be here. But if one day they're not there, I just don't know what I'll do. The day that I don't even remember what happened. Oh, I do. I was on FaceTime with them, and my mom came into my room, and so I went on mute because I wasn't really sure. She doesn't normally come up to my room. She has to tell me something. She came in and she said, "Sam, this was last year." And it was the middle of freshman year. I was at home on spring break, and she came in and said, "Yes, and you're not going back to school, to boarding school." And I started sobbing. And I had gone off mute at that point, or I wasn't, and they weren't paying attention. I was sitting there sobbing for probably 10 minutes before they realized. And then Claire goes, "Is Sam okay?" I think she was crying right now. I was like, "Yeah, guys, I'm okay." But it was okay because just them being there was fine with me. And if they're not there one day, I don't know what I'll do.
I think that's one of those things that I've grown up to a point where the friends that I had as campers, my friends aren't here anymore. I've hit the point that I'm going to cry now because it makes me really sad.
Because then I'll cry.
I've hit the point where the person who literally makes these videos with me, hi Henry,
Hi, Henry.
is not here, and it is one of those things where people
Oh, I thought you were saying you
I'm
weren't in
gonna
contact with your friends from camp anymore.
no, not that there's some that I am not.
I thought you said,
But,
I only have them anyway.
No, I had so my friends, a lot of my close friends don't come to camp anymore. And the good thing, a lot of us are still in contact, but there are a few that when they left, they chose to leave
Separate.
And close the door.
and close the door, and I think
Bye, guys.
that argument is out. See you in court.
Oh, that's what we meant to break down.
Trial.
But no, and I think that kind of is something that that's why I love this question, and why I think it does mean a lot is if you, as someone who kind of knows how I'm feeling, there's a certain point where it changes.
You walked in, we're all sobbing.
Yeah. Do you want to say hi to Henry this time?
I still saw him 2 days ago.
Henry, Ian still does not love you.
Actually, we're still in the same video tomorrow.
All right. Anything else before we say goodbye to Henry?
I will also say camp is a really beautiful thing in the sense that, like, those people who did choose to close the door, like, the world is a really small place that camp makes even smaller. And this is a perfect example. I just got a text from my camp group the other night, and Carly Leventoff was at a comedy show in Atlantic City. She lives in Boston, and she was at a comedy show in Atlantic City and ran into DJ Jim Mikowski.
Really?
And DJ came up from behind and gave her the biggest hug, and they caught up for half an hour before the show. And like, camp just turns this crazy world into the tiniest place sometimes.
Do you know that Carly, Henry, and I are in a group chat where we just send each other ridiculous innuendos?
I love it.
That's it. That no one talks, no one asks each other how you are. Every song I'll just open up my phone, it's either Henry or Carly, and it's just like, and then he asked, how much deeper could we get? And no context, and that's it. And like, that's what I love about like the community that camp builds.
Yeah.
It's okay, Sam.
How much deeper could we?
Oh, you want me to get deep? We'll get deep later.
Please stop. Please.
No.
You know what I mean.
Never mind.
Alright, on that note, we have to end this video. It's 36 minutes long. It's the longest after Campfire ever.
Longest after Campfire.
Goodbye, Henry. Goodbye.